All right, welcome in everybody. We have a very special guest today. If those of you watching and listening, the wonderful Jennifer Hale of X-Men 97, the great Jean Grey, of course, a million and one other voice projects on camera, off camera. I mean, you have a lot of work that you have done in your career. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for your time, and congratulations on another season of X-Men 97 and all the other many things you've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Brad. It's great to be here. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm fortunate to work. I have bills to pay, so that's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Very good. So you've got several episodes that are out now. X-Men 97, a great series, a love letter to just the X-Men series, and I think has gained probably more popularity in the last few weeks since it was announced that the X-Men will be joining the Marvel Universe, both the legacy cast, and of course they've got plans for everything. So how does it feel to have another season out, to be a part of it, and for people to enjoy it? It has to feel good.
It's incredible. It's amazing. I mean, I can't even, this show, this crew, this writer's room, these producers, these directors, like this cast, it's a dream. It's an absolute dream. Yeah, and I've spent my time in the Marvel Universe in many different iterations, and this is just one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, I think there's something about the X-Men that people just love, because I feel like it is, the superhero archetype, but also there's a little bit of other stuff too that we get to figure out and learn, particularly about Jean and just really her story. And I think people just can't get enough of it, right? I mean, it has to just be, it's an obsession in a good way. Yeah. Like I said, with all the other things that are out there, Marvel related, just now that this kind of, I've enjoyed these stories, but I'm excited to see kind of where we go next. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like what the possibilities are.
Just you wait. That's all I'm going to say. Just you wait.
I know.
I'm a few steps ahead because I get to be, because of where the cast is in the process. But it's what they're doing is beautiful, and it's a time for it, right? Like we need this right now. Yeah,
we really do. We really do, and I think you guys do such a good job of just humanizing these people, because it's not just like I have these abilities, but like I have these abilities and maybe I don't know what to do with them, or there's some angsty teenager-ish stuff happening. Like there's a lot of other things that you guys tackle. So when you get a call to do another season, I'm assuming it's an immediate yes, right? I mean, there's no question about it, because it's a chance to tell more story.
Yeah, they just say who they are. I'm like, yes. They don't even ask the question. They go, yes. Yeah. Well, technically and procedurally, it comes through my agents. And of course, I'm like, thank you, yes. Yeah. And they're so great. I mean, I really do consistently and loudly want to shout out the writing team and the production team and our voice director, Meredith Lane. I mean, she's one of the most powerful invisible forces in the whole thing. She takes what that incredible production team and writing team puts together, and she funnels it through. She's the one person who is the funnel through which everything comes to us in the booth, and it's her job to bring it out of us to make those two visions meet. And man, she's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's a pretty collaborative process then, I would guess. Is that I don't know if is that normal in this type of work? I mean,
it is.
I say voice actor, but you're an actor first. I mean, you've done all the training, all the classes, whatever, but you just happen to be voicing a particular character. But it is a collaborative process, you say, for people to sort of get your take on the character and how you're going to play certain scenes and things like that.
Well, it's interesting. It is a collaborative moment, I will say, but I want to back up to your other point, which is that voice acting is acting on steroids. Like
it is.
The voice actors I know are the most talented, most versatile, most creative actors I've ever met. They're extraordinary. I mean, I am who I am because I've been surrounded with them. Like, I am much better for having been in rooms with them over the years. They're incredible and inspiring and brilliant and hardworking. My hat is off.
Yeah.
They're extraordinary. So, but in terms of collaboration, honestly, I am not I never put myself first in that process. I am there completely in service. I don't know how other people approach it, but I come in 1000% in service. I am there to serve because I just think of the writers, like my husband's a writer, and I just think of like what writers do. They sit alone in a room staring at a blank screen or a blank piece of paper, however they do it, and they bring things out of nowhere to us so that we get to do all this, so that everyone gets to watch it and play it and experience it. And that is like a sacred duty to me to have somebody who does that. That's amazing. So I'm always there to serve them. And then you look at the team that brings it all to life. Like, it is hundreds of people working incredibly hard for months and sometimes years to bring an episode to fruition. And I just want to go in there and serve the piece. So I come in, and where the collaboration happens is I'll read the script several times, and then I'll come in with a thought and inspiration and instinct, and we get cast. So if they've cast you, theoretically, your thoughts and inspirations and instincts are in the right lane. You bring in your thoughts, and then you work with the voice director who's working with the crew sort of behind him or her or them to communicate what the vision is, and then together we bring it to life. It's very interesting. On season 1, we started with a very traditional 1990s style acting, in our first round.
Yeah, that was kind of, I think, the appeal to it initially was the sort of campy, in a good way,
right?
Like 90s cartoonish sort of He-Man sort of vibe, I guess.
Right. So, well, our first round of recording, it was actually far more in the 1990s lane. It was so far all the way in the 1990s lane. We went, I don't know if people are going to connect today. So we went back into production. We went back in the booth and re-recorded everything and just updated it, kept that 90s feel, but blended in the 2020s, so that people could actually connect to it, but we didn't lose that soul. And that was such a beautiful balancing act they did. And my hat is off to Catherine Disher as well, because she originated this role and I got to step into it, and she's still with us in the cast, which is so great. Yeah. So
I think that's cool. So I just recently finished a little mini convention here where I'm at in Colorado, and they brought in a couple voice actors. I think John Ratzenberger was one, sort of like is the main guy, but somebody asked him a similar question about, how do I get into voice acting? And he's like, well, you're an actor or you're not, right? The voice part just comes as a byproduct of acting in a sense, I guess. I mean, because you, as you say, to your point, you're an actor on steroids. So it's not just, it's your voice, it's your emotions, your emoting of your actions all kind of play into creating a character like this, or other characters you've created too.
Right. I think that's a common misconception is that it's just your voice. I run a site for people who want to either learn how to voice act, or I created it with my sister and a friend of ours. They want to learn how to voice act, how to become voice actors, or how to take the career they've got and blow it up. And on there, that's one of the misconceptions we deal with. It's the voice is the tiniest piece of it. You're dealing with characters. You're dealing with human, with beings, not always human. You're dealing with beings of some sort who speak or make sounds. And it's a full being, whatever that is. It's not just, I sound like this. How does that person sound when they're angry, when they're sad, when they're running, when they're sitting, when they're tired, when they're, just coming out of being unconscious, all that stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, you do these conventions, and I've said this to everybody I've spoken to that does them, like these fans find what you guys do extremely fascinating, and the lines are miles and miles long. When do you do the conventions a lot? Do you do them sometimes?
I do just a few a year. I don't like to miss the time with my kid right now, and they have a little bit of time left there in terms of him, being around all the time. So I do like between 4 and 6 a year. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, I know people who do 4 and 6 a month, or 4 a month, and that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your experience like with those? Like, just, do you get a good cross section of people that know you from different things that you've done throughout the years? Are you able to I'm sure you hear lots of cool stories of people, how you've impacted their lives. Yeah.
It's pretty moving. It really is. Like, I don't actually watch my own work. I've done it. I'm on to something else. I'm usually pretty busy. But being at conventions, I get to experience the impact that it has on people, and it's so
Sure.
moving. It's so incredible. It's just it's a really beautiful experience, and it's a beautiful community. Like, everybody's good to each other at conventions. It's like, can the rest of the world be like this? This is pretty great.
I
Um
know. Yeah.
yeah,
For
everybody's
sure.
lovely. Yeah, it's really I love it. I love meeting people. I love seeing I don't use the word fans really. They're the community, and they're the
Yeah.
other half of what we get to do, because without them, we don't get like, we're a circle together, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So you've been doing this character and many other characters for a while. You
Mhm.
mentioned something about you teach or allow, or you help people. Like, what are some of the things that people approach you for? Like, what is the common thing that people, you mentioned misconceptions of certain things, but I'm just curious, like, are there things that you're looking for when people seek out interest in training to already have in the pocket, so to speak? I
Yeah,
mean, or is it mostly like, hey, my friend says I do funny voices.
right.
How do I become famous?
Well, the question really usually sounds like, "How do I get into voice acting? I wanna be a voice actor. How do I get into voice acting?" And I always tell people, honestly, go to skillshub.life, or
Yeah.
do our once a month workshop, which is called Ready, Set, Voice. Because what that site is a place where I have dumped 4 decades of experience in this business, in so many different aspects of the business, and I'm sharing this because I want people to know there are so many different ways you can do this, and so many different places to start from. I started in Birmingham, Alabama. There weren't even agents there. And I
Oh,
went
yeah.
door to door cold calling ad agencies. Now there are, but I went door to door cold calling ad agencies just to create work for myself. So I know what that's like. And then I know what it's like to transition to like the Atlanta market, which is kind of a mid market, and then to the LA market. So I wrote all that down, and that's all on the site. All that information's there. And I also gathered, initially it was like 25 people. Now we have over 100 coaches, and you can get them by the minute. And the beauty of that is, whether you do it on our site or somewhere else, you want to go to somebody who's done it before, who's still doing it now. Because the way you did it 5 years ago is not the way to do it now. It changes so quickly now. It's
Oh, I'm
changing
sure.
so rapidly. So you want to get current information from somebody doing it now who you can trust. And we have like over 100 people. We've made them available by the minute, because not everybody can afford a whole hour with somebody, and you don't need a whole hour. Like, what are you going to talk about sometimes? So, get yourself a system and a way to do it that you can count on, that you can trust. Because the other biggest complaint I hear out there is, I don't know what to do next. And we solved that on our site, and there's lots of different places out there, but I made it, and so I trust it, and my sister and or Bill and I run it together. So, um, you know, the other thing is, I am never gonna tell somebody they can't be a voice actor because they don't have A, B, or C, or they can't try. If you are called
Right.
to do it, do it. It's creativity. I think, we live in a culture that only values things if it'll make a buck. Well, what about the value to your heart and your soul? When, like, look at Critical Role. Critical Role started out as 6 or however many friends, like 8, whatever, that group of friends getting together in Travis and Laura's living room and playing a game that they loved because it
Right.
gave them joy, and they followed the joy of being together, and it just so happened to monetize very well. Just follow the things that make you happy. Like, we've got the best thing about our site is we've got, incredible community, and we've got people building their own projects now, launching their own things now, and you just never know where it's gonna go. Just do it because it gives you joy, you know?
Yeah. And especially in today's culture with so many pieces that are available, easily accessible, the internet,
Mhm.
social media. Like,
Yeah.
I have a friend who he's an artist, he's a comedian, but
Mhm.
he does a really good Optimus Prime, and like, and he posted it on social media, and it exploded. And
Wow.
he was like getting the attention of Peter, Sam Witwer, like
Yeah, Peter Cullen and Sam. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like it was getting attention, and like he had people reaching out to him. giving him insight, to how to proceed and follow into this business. Because I mean, the industry is competitive, but is it a fair statement, Jennifer, that like the world of voice acting, that segment of it is probably more competitive than anything else in the industry, or is it all
No.
just very okay?
I think it is what you decide it is
Sure.
in a way. And I'll tell you why I say that. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people trying every day. When I moved to LA, they were like, "Oh, you can't do that. It's so hard to break into." And I just went, I literally was like, la 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 la. I don't want to hear it.
You did
I
it.
I don't want to hear it because I decide and I pursue and then it worked out. Now I worked hard and I worked smart and I also had, 8 years of experience behind the mic before I moved to LA. I put in my time. Take the time it takes so it takes less time. People go out there, oh my God. People go out there and they make a demo in their first 3 months, and I'm like, "Please don't do that. Please don't do that because I
Yeah.
did that, and it's a giant waste of money." Because your learning curve in the beginning is I'll go this no, it's like this. It's like this, like, your skills are down here, and then, 2 months later, your skills are here, and you listen to this tape, and you're like, "I'm so embarrassed." And then it happens again 4 months later. I did that. So we have these things called paths on skillshub.life that are step-by-step instructions for how to build a career in different genres. And I made a path for demos because I was so like, stop wasting time and money because people do that and then they get discouraged and they drop out. And
Yeah.
that's what I hate to see, somebody lose their joy because they didn't have the right information. So in that, when I tell people, you wanna study, I mean, it's not popular to say, I don't say this in that path, but I'll say this anyway. You wanna study for 2 years before you go there. Just set your mind that that's what's gonna happen and really do it. You might be ready in 18 months or a year or whatever, but just push it off. And, like, if I was gonna be a plumber or a carpenter, I wouldn't say, "I've got a hammer, hire me." Like, no, you gotta learn the craft, people. So learn the craft, put in the time like we all did.
Yeah, the same can be said about stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing about um because I do it, and like when should I post clips and stuff, and it's like, you should probably wait because like say somebody sees it like just in passing,
Yeah.
like just for grins and giggles, and assumably they do not judge you based on that. Like that could be somebody's first impression of you, and hopefully it's good. you know
Yeah.
but I get it, like it makes perfect sense. So you kind of have, like you said, I'm looking at this like so many different IPs you've been a part of, so many worlds, Marvel, DC, Disney, Lego, like all of it. So when you've kind of been going through this, like at this point it's coming to you through agents, people that you work with and trust. But when you were starting out, was there anything that you were doing that you wished you hadn't done? Not to be in a negative light, but like,
Yeah.
what are some maybe things that you learned outside of like the demo stuff, like that you go, oh man, like if I could have told Jennifer 20 years ago, maybe do this or don't do that. Not
Yeah.
necessarily would you be further in your career, because I feel like you're doing quite well, but maybe it could have not, maybe it slowed you down, or maybe it sort of
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
paused you for a little bit because you kind of got, you can be hungry, but you have to be careful, I guess.
Well, the thing I would tell myself when I started out is lighten up and have more fun
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I could have enjoyed the
Enjoy it.
journey so much more. And that's listen, when we're after success, we're actually after a feeling
Sure.
because we think that money and whatever else we're after is gonna get us a certain feeling, and that's what we're chasing. Like, money's
Right.
just paper. It's just digits in a bank account. That doesn't, and yes, that is listen, it's so important to pay your rent because we live in the money system. There are some of us who stepped out and yay you, but many of us are in this system. You're chasing a feeling, and you can choose that feeling now, and you can
Yeah.
enjoy the ride. You can enjoy the ride. Don't put off enjoying till you hit some marker. Don't punish yourself because you didn't hit some marker. I teach a class. I've actually got the class is coming up next month, called Start It. It's a 4-week class on how to start this career, and it's on Skills Hub. And one of the things I do with people is we make a 90-day plan and we have certain goals. Not one of those goals is about the outcome. Every single one of those goals is about what you put in. It's all input based. And if you
Right.
showed up in the way you decided to show up, and it's not about I showed up every day till my eyeballs bled. I'm not that girl. I don't believe in that. But I showed up consistently and fiercely and committedly and clearly. Like if you got 2 jobs or working 3 jobs as so many people are now to not quite be able to pay your bills, or you're caretaking kids or elders or whoever you're caretaking, a partner, like don't drive yourself that hard. You're going to burn out. So do it in balance, but show up, but have a good time. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing is just having fun and enjoying it, because
Yeah.
you can't really go back and like redo all of that necessarily. Uh, you know, if that, you know what I'm saying? Because then you're like, oh my God. But I think that that's good that you've learned that lesson, you know, because
Yeah.
now your kids are older, growing up, and like you want to enjoy it. Did they ever show any kind of interest in the work that you were doing? Or did
Mm,
you encourage
I
it? Discourage? Or I've
I
always
never
find that.
Yeah, I never told my son what I did. He found out by accident at a dinner party when somebody mentioned I had the Guinness record for a long time for games. But ironically, I took a little bit of more space so I could spend more time with him. But he found out at a dinner party when he was like 7 because I was at preschool with him when he was about 3, and one of the parents found out what I did, and they must have told their little girl, it was like Powerpuff Girls that they loved, and that little girl did not wanna talk to Shane, she wanted to talk to me. I'm like, "I'm not having this." So I just never mentioned it again. And but I've always shown him the practical side of things, like, he's gonna be creative, he's intensely creative. I've always shown him, like, "Okay, practically, this is how you feed yourself. Practically, this is how you earn money. Practically, this is how you take care of it." All the practical stuff, because he'll art the way he arts, and I don't wanna influence the way he arts. I want him to have his own stamp in the world that is truly uniquely his.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on all of this. This is so
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're busy working on other things.
Yeah.
And this is out now for people to enjoy.
Yeah.
One last question here. So, you know, looking at all the characters you've played, is there an IP? It's kind of like, I guess, picking your favorite child, but is there one that you enjoyed more than others, or you just
Oh
enjoy
my
each
god.
opportunity, you know, with your 20+ year career that you've had?
I used to say, crazy thing is I'm now into 4 decades of this wild business.
40 years.
Isn't that wild? I used to say that, don't make me pick. Actually, the truth is my absolute favorite thing is the sheer variety that I've gotten to do. Everything from, like, insane characters like Princess Morbucks, psychotic Princess Morbucks and Powerpuff Girls, to, like, the Hex Girls, to, roles like, some of my gaming roles like Commander Shepard and things like that. Like, the crazy variety that I've been able to do, Rivet, Ratchet& and Clank, is my absolute favorite thing. But right underneath that is a role that I booked this year, and I now have a second character in a franchise called Overwatch, and I
Oh
am
yeah.
Jetpack Cat. So the fact that I get to be a cat and my entire session is meow, meow, it's my favorite thing. Yeah, so I have 2 favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've done a lot. It's
Thank
crazy.
you. Thank you.
A lot of video game IPs, a lot of different things, the BioShock world. I mean, just so many cool things. Well,
Thank you.
if you haven't watched X-Men 97 yet, please do. It's out now. Watching, people are able to stream it, and excited to see what's next for you, Jennifer. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure,
And,
friend. Thank you.
congratulations on all your success.
Thank you, thank you, and thanks everybody out there. Thanks for watching and playing and being here, and thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.